When people talk about losing weight, they often picture shrinking waistlines and flatter stomachs, but few consider what type of fat they're actually losing. That detail matters more than most realize. Scientific evidence now clearly shows that where fat is stored in the body plays a critical role in determining health risks. Visceral fat, which wraps around the organs in the abdomen, is far more harmful than subcutaneous fat, which lies just beneath the skin. It's not simply about how much fat someone carries, but what kind and where it resides that determines how it affects metabolic health. Visceral fat is biologically active in dangerous ways. It secretes inflammatory molecules and hormones that interfere with how the body processes insulin, regulate blood sugar, and control appetite. This type of fat has been directly linked to higher risks of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, stroke, and even certain cancers. In contrast, subcutaneous fat, particularly the kind distributed around the hips, thighs, and arms, is relatively benign in comparison. In some cases, subcutaneous fat can even play protective roles by serving as a safe storage depot for excess energy, preventing more harmful fat accumulation around organs. One of the most surprising findings in obesity science is that visceral fat responds more quickly than subcutaneous fat to certain lifestyle interventions. People who start exercising regularly, especially with resistance or high-intensity interval training, or who begin eating more whole foods and fiber-rich diets, can lose a meaningful amount of visceral fat without much overall weight change. That's because visceral fat is more metabolically active. It mobilizes more easily when the body is in a healthier metabolic state. This means someone could remain the same weight on the scale, yet become significantly healthier from the inside out. This fact challenges many assumptions embedded in both public health messaging and personal expectations. It reveals why someone can appear slim, yet be metabolically unhealthy if they carry significant visceral fat, and why someone with a higher BMI can still be relatively protected if their fat is mostly subcutaneous and their metabolic markers are in good shape. Traditional weight-based metrics like BMI fail to capture this nuance, often overlooking people at genuine risk or mislabeling healthy individuals. Despite this, focusing too narrowly on visceral fat can lead to misunderstandings. It's not that overall fat doesn't matter. It does, especially at the extremes. But the point is that internal fat carries a uniquely high risk, and the best part is that it's also particularly responsive to manageable lifestyle shifts. Even modest improvements in sleep, stress management, and diet quality, not crash diets or extreme regimens, can help bring visceral fat down. The benefits may show up not on the scale but in lower fasting glucose, improved triglycerides, and better blood pressure readings. Still, because visceral fat is invisible to the eye, it often goes unnoticed until it causes damage. And since it's strongly influenced by genetics, age, and hormonal changes, some individuals may be predisposed to store fat internally even if they don't appear overweight. That's why waist circumference, lipid panels, and metabolic labs remain important tools for tracking health beyond appearance. People need to know what's going on beneath the surface, not just what's reflected in the mirror or on the scale. Understanding the difference between visceral and subcutaneous fat opens the door to more intelligent and compassionate health strategies. It helps reframe the conversation from surface-level weight loss toward deeper metabolic healing. It reminds us that not all fat is bad, that not all weight loss is good, and that genuine health improvements can occur without the external transformation that society so often demands. What really matters isn't just the weight we lose, but the risk we remove.